I'm Dwight, a home solution advisor with Quality Service Company here in Florence, South Carolina.
And I'm Gene. I'm a quality home solutions advisor as well with Quality Service Company in Florence, South Carolina. And Dwight and I are here today just to kind of talk to you a little bit as a homeowner and anyone who's ever had to replace an HVAC unit in their home about a few things that you might don't know or a few things you should know, just to kind of help you one day make that decision, because one day if you're a homeowner you're going to end up making that decision. There's a whole lot more to it than just calling somebody and getting a price on a unit.
That actually brings up a good point, Gene. Let's talk about exactly what a home solution advisor does whenever we show up to a customer's home.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever we show up, what exactly do we look at? We don't just look at the box outside, do we?
No, the air conditioner is a whole lot more than what you're going to see in the yard. It involves a lot of other things, factors that affect the cooling of your home. You have your HVAC equipment, you have duct work, you have the envelope, which is the home itself that it cools, or the building. There's a lot of aspects of that building that determine what size units you need. There's a lot of comfort things that are offered now that didn't used to be offered with equipment that could make your comfort in the home so much better.
Yeah. So whenever you're talking about the variables that make or break a comfortable home, we're talking about stuff as far in depth as windows, the floor insulation, walls insulation, what kind of insulation value you have in your attics. All of this boils down to something what we call manual J, or load calculation.
That's right.
Correct.
A manual J, when run on a home, will tell you basically what size equipment you'll need for the home to meet your cooling needs as well as your heating needs. So whether you have heat that's trying to infiltrate your house in the summertime, or you have heat that's trying to get out of your house in the wintertime that you'd like to keep in, the home envelope, and we call it an envelope, makes a tremendous difference on the equipment that you're going to choose for your home.
Yeah, so a one size doesn't fit all.
No, sir. No, it does not.
So we could take a 2,500 square foot house that's facing front of it's facing east, and take the exact same home and face it southwest, and we're going to come up with a different load calculation.
That's right. Yeah. You're going to deal with the way the sun comes up. You're going to deal with shade factors. You're going to deal with whether you're down low or you're up high somewhere. There's so many things that affect the temperature of your home.
Yeah, and all this is critical in order for us to get the job done right. Showing up to a job and saying you have a 3-ton unit, let's put a 3-ton unit back, that does not always work.
No, it doesn't. It does. Just because you've had a 3-ton unit for the last 15 years doesn't mean that it's right. Has it heated and cooled your home? Sure it has, to what you know it could do. But if you were to come in and address other issues, ductwork issues, things of that nature that could be corrected to make the home a more comfortable place, I tell people, what it's done over the years is great, but if we can make a few changes, possibly, what could it do for your home that you don't even know?
That's right. So one scenario that I see, and I know you do too, Gene, I see all the time, is here in Florence. You take an 80s home, all right? We had a big building boom in the 80s. Some of this ductwork is now 40 years old plus, okay?
Yes.
And the equipment's been changed some 2 or 3 times,
Could
right,
be.
over that.
Yes, sir.
So the equipment changes, but the ductwork does not. All right, and the criteria, what this new equipment needs in order to operate properly, is being overlooked, because it's easy for contractors just to come into a home and say, hey, I'm going to replace this box. All right.
That's right.
But that isn't maintaining comfort in your home.
That's right.
All right. So the ductwork plays a huge role. It distributes the air, the coolness or the heat in your home, and that plays a major role in the comfort.
That's right. I tell a lot of customers, you can put in a $10,000 piece of equipment, but if the ductwork isn't correctly sized, for evenness of the home, return airflow, you might as well put in something less expensive, because you're really not going to get everything out of it that you could.
That's right.
Because the units nowadays do require a little more airflow. So if the ductwork is undersized and is leaking air, of course, after 40 years, you've got holes that have developed and things are leaking air, and you've got insulation on this ductwork. That's sweated all these years. If it's under a home, most of the time, has lost its value.
So back in the 80s, we had in the 70s we had a 4.3 R value. That was the code back then.
To have the duct wrapped in.
To have the duct wrapped
Okay.
in, and now that's gone from 4.3 to 6 to now an R8. So you see, we're almost double the R value now. That's recommended for your duct work. So it is important for us to look at the duct work. That plays such a major role. A lot of customers they express concerns with the SEER rating, wanting a higher SEER rating for efficiencies and all.
Right.
And whenever you're looking at a 20i system, and you're looking to connect this to a 40-year-old duct system, how much of that SEER rating do you think is actually going to get into your home?
That's right.
Get into your living space.
That's right. And when Dwight talks about a 20i, this is a really high efficient piece of equipment that requires, a certain amount of airflow, which would be more so than, say, something 40 years ago would require. The airflow it just makes such a tremendous difference to be able to circulate that air to either add heat or remove heat. And for the efficiencies that he's mentioned, if the ductwork isn't correct, then you're not going to get what you're paying for when you buy this piece of equipment.
That's right. And the technology's changed so much now. We've gone from the sealed hermetic piston compressors where you cut on and it's pedal to the metal.
Wide open.
Yeah, wide open or nothing.
That's right.
And we've gone from that to the two-stage compressors, and that's been a whole world of hurt in the early generations, with actually trying to accomplish that with two compressors instead of one.
That's
we
right.
all remember
That's
them
right.
days.
Yes.
And so we've gone from that to now the inverter-driven compressors, which are just multi-step compressors. They actually deliver the capacity that your home needs at that time.
That's right.
Yeah.
The controller inside, which you would call your thermostat now, we call them controllers for the most part because some of these things are so smart and they know what the temperature in the home is. They're monitoring that as far as the unit running and gaining ground, whether it's taking heat out of the home in the summer or putting heat in the home in the winter, as to what it tells the equipment to do.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm a big fan of the inverters. Simple reason, because you can take, whenever we do a load calculation, and you design it on a 95-degree day or in the summertime and 27-degree day in the winter, but you don't have that heat gain and heat loss throughout any given day.
Right.
And so you have a smaller load in the morning. You might have a larger load in the afternoon, then you have a smaller load again in the
because the heat of the day in the middle of the day puts more stress on that unit to remove heat out of that home to keep it a set temperature, whatever your temperature is set at.
So it is just common sense. Are you efficient whenever you crank up a 4-ton unit at 100% capacity whenever it's 72 degrees outside and you just need to take the edge off?
That's right. That's right.
That's where inverters come in. Yeah.
That's right. And the single stage compressors of yesteryear, of what we used to have, if you had a 3-ton unit, that unit would come on in 3-ton capacity. Well, the biggest current draw on your equipment is when it starts.
That's right.
So when that 3-ton unit starts off in 100% capacity, it is pulling a large amount of amperage. We've gone to 2-stage compressors, which would split usually a 70-30 split for the most part. So when that system comes up initially, it's really pulling 70% of what it could if it was 100 or just a single stage unit.
Yeah.
So you have a less current draw on the startup. And with a variable speed compressor, I like to compare a variable speed compressor to like a dimmer switch on the wall.
Yeah,
when you cut the light on and you turn it up real slow, the light comes up real slow.
Yeah.
So the variable speed compressor, when it comes on, is pulling even less power than a 2-stage unit would.
Yeah.
So, and it ramps up, or you turn the light up brighter if you need it brighter, and your controller in the home will bring that compressor up.
So whenever you pair up an inverter or a variable speed compressor, whenever you pair that up with variable speed outdoor and variable speed indoor blower fans.
Right.
Oh man.
Matching equipment.
Yeah, you have a winner there.
Yeah, that's right.
So then the whole thing's paired up, and its sole purpose is just for comfort.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And you brought up the fact that you were replacing the indoor and the outdoor unit. If you have a 2-stage or a split system, you're going to have part in the yard for sure, and part either under the house or in a closet or in the attic or wherever it's going to be. it's just amazing what the efficiencies are nowadays. But I still have customers every now and then go, "Can't you just replace the outdoor unit?"
Yeah.
But that doesn't work anymore.
Those days are gone, aren't
That's
they?
right. We've changed Freons a couple of times since then. The efficiencies have gone up so much since then. That's not a capability anymore. Now you're replacing the system to have a complete system.
And let's talk about, because this is a common complaint, and there's really only one way to fix it. Correct way to fix it. It's moisture migration that happens on a 95-degree summer night.
Yes, sir. In South Carolina.
Yeah. So what we're dealing with is a less heat gain. We have equipment that size for 95 degrees. All right, during the day, heat of the day. All right, and we have less heat gain at night, but we're still maintaining a high temp. We're still maintaining 90, 95 degrees with a high humidity. So then what you're dealing with is moisture migration. So then the humidity is going to start rising up in your home. So your equipment isn't running because it doesn't need to.
Right.
That's where the two-stage and the inverter compressors come in handy in the variable speed, because you have the enhanced dehumidification features on it.
Gotcha.
Where the unit will crank up, and actually when it does run, it's going to remove more moisture out there than what a standard single-stage hammer down unit will.
That's right.
And it helps with that moisture migration. That way you're comfortable whenever you have it set on 72 at night. It's going to feel like it's 72 instead of sticky.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, with the two-stage systems and the variable speed systems, when they come up, they run a lower stage, which means they run a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And the longer your AC runs in your home, the more dehumidification is doing as well, because it's not just removing heat from your inside and taking it outside.
Yeah.
It's removing humidity.
That's right.
And all the people at home, if you go outside and you've got that PVC pipe sticking outside the house and there's water pouring out of it, that came from in your house.
Yeah.
That was in the air in your home that you were feeling when you're inside.
Yeah. So that's a good point, and we probably need to get back on the load calculation just briefly. I know everyone's tired of hearing about that, but it's so important, especially in this part of the country. All right, because humidity control is a huge factor whenever you're talking about conditioning an indoor space.
Yes, sir. To make it comfortable.
To make it comfortable. Not only that, but to prevent damage. So if you have a system, let's say you have a 3.5 ton unit, and let's say it suffers whenever it gets 90 degrees outside naturally, and I hear this all the time, and I know you do as well. Well, I think what I need is a 4-ton unit, right? Because it suffers. But
bigger.
That isn't what you need.
Bigger.
That is not necessarily the truth, right? So to get down to the truth, that's where the load calculation comes in at. That's whenever we look at your ductwork and say, hey, where are you losing? Where are you losing that air at?
That's right.
Because if we jump it up to a 4-ton and maybe your house is on, maybe it's already been jacked up one time before because you have 50s over and under duct underneath your house.
That's right.
And you're blowing more out underneath your house than you are inside.
That's right.
Yeah. So we have to look at all of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not there just to look at the box in the yard, as he said. All these other factors, there's duct work, there's the unit itself, any air leakage of any kind or insulation values that have happened over the years. And it's going to happen. I mean, you take a 20-year-old duct system, and it's not going to be as airtight as it was. You're right. The insulation value isn't going to be as well on it.
We have rodents and pests, cats, dogs, possums.
Yep, anything under your house. And if you have an open crawl space in South Carolina, 9.9% of the time during the summer, your ductwork's sweating.
Yeah.
So if you've ever taken a piece of fiberglass and put water on it, you see what happens to it. It shrinks up.
That's right.
So every summer, your ductwork gets wet. It loses R value or insulation value to it.
So it's important to take a whole home approach. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
Not just looking at the box.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not there to get a tonnage and give you a price. We need to see everything. And we go into homes and we tell people, I need to see this or I need to see that. And they go, why? I just need a new air conditioner.
Yeah, the other guy didn't do that.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. They didn't look. They didn't go in the attic or crawl under the house. So it's a whole big picture. That everything affects it, and if you don't take care of other problems as well as a unit that may need to be replaced, then we're not doing our job.
That's right.
We're not taking care of everybody. If we're there, then that's when we need to do it.
That's right. Let's talk a little bit about how we control the new equipment, especially with the two-stage and the inverter equipment. Because now, I mean, we have the smart features, the smart thermostats, And people
True.
think of smart thermostats as just something, you can say, hey, Alexa, just, cut this thing
Oh, yeah.
on for
Yeah,
me.
you can
But
talk to
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
it goes beyond that, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Smart thermostats.
The algorithms of the thermostat.
Yeah, the
On the right
that controls the
thermostat.
first and the second stage.
That's
and,
right.
And even the backup whenever we're talking about heat
That's right.
pumps. Yeah.
Backup heat, electric heat, which is your backup heat, which he's talking about. But the thermostats have an algorithm that they're trying to bring in as little of this equipment tonnage-wise as needed, which makes it more efficient, but still maintain your comfort.
And I know you've looked at the actual algorithm charts in
Yes.
some of these smart thermostats.
That's right.
They are crazy smart.
They are.
And so they see how fast we're gaining ground, and if we're not gaining ground fast enough, then it's going to bring on another stage.
That's right.
Yeah, that's beautiful to me.
That's amazing. You turn your thermostat down or up. You turn it up, and let's say it brings up first stage.
Yeah.
And if you've got it turned up enough and it says, hey, they want it cool in here quicker, it's going to bring on more of the unit.
Yeah.
So
that's
there we
right.
have more capability and capacity of moving heat and humidity in the summertime.
And then also being able to program the thermostats where you don't have to do this manual. But most of these thermostats, they do have an app that you can put on your phone, and that's fun. If you want to sit there and play with it and say, hey, I got it so I can cut it off on my phone, cut it down on my phone. Don't cut it off. Don't cut it off, but cut it down whenever you're not home. Sure.
That's right.
Yeah. How do you feel about that as far as?
I like that. If you have let's just take a summer month, and you leave the house every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you keep your thermostat set at 72 when you're home, and when you leave at 8 o'clock, your thermostat goes up to say like 75. So during the day while you're gone, your unit's only keeping your house 75 because there's no need in keeping it 72 if you're not there, so you're not paying for that.
Yeah.
So let's say you come home at 5 in the afternoon, and you want it 72 when you get home.
Yeah.
So if you set the schedule on 72 degrees at 5 o'clock, then the house will come back to your comfort level, but you've saved money all day long because you haven't kept the house as cool.
That's right.
If you'd have been home.
That's
so
right.
you multiply that over a whole month,
Yeah.
and it's tremendous on the savings.
So a smart thermostat is actually part of the solution.
No doubt
It is.
of saving money.
For
sure.
saving money and comfort.
Yes, sir.
And comfort.
That's right.
So at this point, we have, let's start with the basics. We do a walkthrough as a home solution advisor for
Yes,
quality.
sir.
We do a walkthrough of the home. We look at the branch lines, the supply vents. We look at the size of the return. We get up in the attic. We crawl underneath. We're not just looking at the box.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're looking at the whole envelope, which is your home or your business or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
We have to have a full picture to make sure we're doing the right thing for you, or suggesting the right thing for you, or pricing the right thing for you.
And I'll tell you a situation. Now I am going to get in the weeds a little bit on this one. Okay,
I knew you would. Go ahead.
And that's because this is a scenario that's going on right now today that our installers are putting in.
Okay.
This woman's equipment was actually sized right, and it's been in the house for 10 years. And whenever she told me some of the issues that she has had with this particular piece of equipment, the entire time since it was originally in, and we did not put it in.
Right.
Okay?
We didn't put in the original install.
So the wiring going to this equipment was not sufficient to crank this equipment up. It's a single stage equipment, and then it has the secondary or the backup for the heat.
Electric heat.
Yeah. So what the original contractor did is they actually knocked off 5 kW on that backup heat. So we didn't have enough in reserve whenever this unit goes into defrost when it's 20 degrees outside.
So he pretty much shorted her part of her capability of the unit.
So what she felt, she had no idea this was going on, but what she felt inside the home, and she blamed it on her equipment, but what she felt inside the home was hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold during the wintertime.
Right.
And that's a simple fix. That's install it correctly.
That's right.
So, I mean, everything that we're talking about now, everything we're talking about with the load calculations, with the inspections, and making sure that everything's right, making sure we have the equipment matched up with the customer's needs, and making sure we've covered all bases. So not only for energy efficiency, but for comfort, it all boils down to, is it going to be installed correctly?
That's exactly right.
Because I don't care what you have nothing if it is not installed correctly.
That you've got to trust whoever you have installing a piece of equipment to do everything it needs to be done for that home not just the equipment, but all the other associated parts of this system.
That's right.
To make sure they're right.
That's right.
In order to get everything out of what you're buying.
That's right.
And to enjoy it and be comfortable.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Let's talk about the warranties that come with some of this equipment now.
Yeah, warranties are amazing. I don't know of too many things you can buy that have a 10-year parts warranty.
I'm still shocked. And something that runs all the time.
It can run about all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In South Carolina, for sure, at least 7 months of the year when it's hot.
Whenever you buy a new car, your car, let's say you work during the day, your car might be parked in the driveway all night. But guess what? Your heating and air unit's still running.
That's right.
I mean, it runs when you're home. It runs when you're not home.
That's right.
It just runs.
It can run It can run a lot.
Yeah. It runs a lot, and to come with a 10-year warranty.
That's right.
Yeah.
Most equipment will come with a 10-year parts. We do have some higher end equipment that some of the parts will have a 12-year parts warranty. The compressor and some of them do have a 12-year parts.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me.
And then, of course, with our company, we do offer labor warranties with equipment.
Yeah, the extended labor warranties.
Yes.
I mean, and just about anything we put in, you automatically get 2 or 3 years in the labor warranty.
That's right. Automatically, you get 2 or 3 just to start with.
Yeah, and that's out the box.
That's
right.
Out
the box. And then we do offer the extended warranties with our equipment
If
too.
you'd like to take it out to a 10-year labor warranty, you can purchase that as well. And I really think the prices are pretty good on those.
Oh yeah.
If you got something in your yard that you buy and 8 years later you have a problem with it and you have labor and parts warranty, that's pretty amazing to have something in your yard.
You're actually spending your money on peace of mind, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because eventually it's going to break down.
That's right.
Something's going to break down.
Right.
You're looking at 8 years out of running in the summer times in South Carolina. And even sometimes we have a lot of cold weather too. So, the heat does run. So to be out that far and still have, say, if you pay for the extended labor warranty and your parts warranty that you had, it's pretty amazing.
So how much time do they, the extended warranty isn't a decision that they have to make at time of purchase. I think there's 30, maybe 60 days after they installed it, they can actually
depending on which warranty you want to go with, I think. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't let warranty actually be a deciding factor in any kind of decision that the customer makes. And sometimes I've seen customers will talk through their options, and I'll give them what all their options are as far as the equipment and the SEER ratings and what we can do and what needs to be done. And then it gets time to the warranty. Should I not? Purchase that extended warranty, and we end up talking about that more than we do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, it's a peace of mind.
It's a peace of mind.
In order to have extended warranties and to purchase it, it is a peace of mind.
That's right. That's right.
That down the road you don't have to worry about it being paid for to have somebody come look at it or somebody to fix it.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're spending the money on.
That's right. You can't buy a refrigerator and 8 years later call somebody to come fix it and you don't have to pay anything on the repair.
Yeah. So to put all this in a nutshell.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's talk about the things that just simply do not matter as much as you think they do whenever you're shopping for a heating and air unit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the BTU capacity alone. Now we've talked extensively about this.
Yeah.
Bigger is not better.
No, it's not. If the unit has to be sized for the home, if you buy something, if you were to put in, and we'll just say this, if you buy a piece of equipment for a home or install a piece of equipment in a home that's just too big for the heat load of the home, the unit's going to short cycle. Mm-hmm. It's not going to run long enough cycles. Mm-hmm. Just because if it comes on and off all day long and on and off and on and off more than it should, it's going to cost more money to run it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be harder on the piece of equipment. Yeah. And you're not going to be as comfortable.
That's right.
Because as you know, in South Carolina, if your air conditioner doesn't run for a while to remove heat and humidity,
you're not going to get that.
You might get cooler, but you're going to be sticky.
So I look at humidity. You can't cheat humidity.
No, you can't.
So I look at this. I look at humidity in South Carolina like slow cooking a brisket. There's only one way to render that fat. There's only one way to render that fat on a grill, and that's with time.
That's right.
And that's the same thing with humidity.
Steady.
Yeah, steady. All right. And the brand name alone.
Yes.
Brand name.
We do offer a couple of different manufacturers as far as equipment goes.
Yeah.
So depending on what the homeowner is looking for and what fits their application, and we are able to offer different pieces of
Yeah,
equipment,
yeah.
different manufacturers, as well as finance plans.
So, as well as finance,
Yes.
yeah, we'll discuss that here in a second. But as far as the manufacturers, we pair ourselves up. Quality Service Company pairs ourselves up with manufacturers that we trust.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if we do not trust them, we're not going to go into your home and expect you to trust them.
That's right.
Yeah.
We
So-
know you're looking at us,
Right.
and we're looking at who we
Right.
buy our equipment from.
So we look at the dependability of their equipment. We look at the availability of parts whenever something does go wrong with their equipment.
True.
And that's how we pair ourselves up with a particular manufacturer.
That's right.
Yeah.
And service.
And
I mean,
service,
with
yeah.
us, you call us, you have service. We provide a tremendous service, I feel like, with our company.
Yeah.
We're looking for the same service from the people that we buy equipment from.
Well, we demand it.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
we
got to
demand
have
it.
it.
Yeah.
You can't function
That's right.
efficiently or to be a very good company and treat your customers well, take care of your customers. That's our main goal, is to take care of our
Sure.
customers and do what's right
Sure.
for them.
Because if any manufacturer decides to fold up or go out of business tomorrow, we're still standing behind their equipment that we put in your home. We're
That's right.
responsible. So
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Also, and I know we talked about this with the SEER rating, the highest efficiency rating alone, it's not as big of a big deal as what you might think it is, right?
Yeah.
Because like we talked about, there are a lot of other variables that's going to make sure that you achieve that SEER rating of that equipment, like the ductwork.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have to go with the highest SEER rating we've got, as long as this size right and it's going to do the job, and we know it's going to take care of your needs. You know, of course, the higher the SEER rating of the equipment, generally the price kind of goes with it.
Sure.
You know, it will go up a little
Sure.
bit. We do have some that are a little more affordable. We do have a little higher end equipment that is going to be a little more expensive. It just depends on what the
Yeah.
homeowner wants.
Well, also keep in mind, whenever it's installed correctly, and we've checked out the entire envelope, okay,
Yes, sir.
and we know everything's right.
Right.
The higher their efficiency, the lower the utility cost. Period.
That's right.
All right, and
True.
we do have some comfort in there as well, as like the dehumidification features and
Right.
you know, with stuff like that goes
That's
along
right.
with the higher and noise. The decibel levels with the variable
Yes.
speed fans are lower.
Yes.
So all of that's part of the comfort experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. People don't really think about it, but it's
Yeah.
I mean it's a lot. It's heat removal, it's heat added, it's humidity removal,
Yeah.
it's noise levels, it's having an even home from one end to the other. There's so many things that go into this industry in your home.
Yeah. So, and it changes, you know, depending on Duke or I mean Duke Energy has some fantastic rebates.
They are.
For some of these
Yes,
higher
sir.
SEER equipments
They
going on
do.
right now.
There are some really good rebates.
But we have some fantastic financing. Fantastic financing.
We
some, manufacturer specific. I mean, we have 0 for 60.
That's an amazing deal.
Yeah, that is.
0 for 60 is an amazing deal.
And that's 60 months, not 60 days. Don't let that scare you.
That's right, 60 months. If you want to pay it off in 60
Yeah.
days, you can with no penalties.
But when you look at some of the APR percentages that we offer versus the utility savings that you're going to achieve whenever
That's right.
we put in this higher SEER equipment and
Yes,
we do
sir.
these things right, it's crazy not to.
That's right.
It's crazy not to.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend money to do it. It's just whether you spend money wisely and
Yeah.
invest in what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
You have rebates that come back that help
Yeah.
that investment as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it is going to be part of life. And eventually, if you own a home or if you're in a position, you're going to have to go down this road and make these decisions.
Yeah.
And you need somebody to help you make these decisions
That's
and
right.
make the right decisions.
And I'm guilty of this. I know in your life you've been guilty of this as well. But it's easier to make these decisions and have all the information whenever it's not 100 degrees outside and your unit stopped working.
That's right.
So whenever it's almost like getting a tetanus shot, right?
Yep.
If you don't know how long it's been since you've had a tetanus shot, it's probably time to
You
get
probably
one.
need one, that's right.
So you've been living in your home for 10 years and the unit looked 20 years old whenever you moved in.
Yes.
It's probably time to start looking.
That's
or shopping.
exactly right.
Yeah,
And the time to do it is when you don't have to have it.
That's right.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, times like spring. You know, we're going into a spring now. You know, you've got a unit that you know is 10 or 15 years old.
Optimal time.
Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
looking at replacing this piece of equipment, as you say,
Yeah.
now is the time to do it when you don't have to do it.
That's right.
You can make a good decision.
That's right.
It's something that you don't have to do today because you don't want to be hot Friday for the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially in the spring, or like what's going on right now, there's several manufacturers that have just fantastic rebates going on right now, right? So
Sure.
if you know it's coming up, this is not something you want to procrastinate on.
No, you
because
don't.
it's going to happen on a Friday afternoon. You're going to get home from work and it's going to be 100 degrees in your house.
That's exactly
And then
right.
you're going to feel like you're under the gun. And you don't have to feel that way.
That's
now's the time to get a home solution advisor to your home.
That's right.
To look and find out what your options, figure out what the solutions are, deliver the financing options, and let's just figure this out before summer hits.
That's right. And of course, not to mention when the summer gets in and the weather's really hot, there are so many people that are going to be in that position already.
Yeah.
Then you're in line.
Then you're in
you
line.
Know, yeah. So
I hate to admit that, but
it is a fact of our industry. You know, the hotter it is outside, the busier we are.
Yeah.
So the time to do something of what we're talking about is now. You know, before the hot weather gets here.
That's right.
You know,
That's
go
right.
ahead and take care of this.
So comfort isn't a number. It isn't a 3-ton, 4-ton, 2-ton. It's an experience.
That's right.
That's the whole experience. That's the decibel levels. That's
Duct
the humidity
work.
control. That's the duct work. And we're not going to talk about it today, but that's also the IEQ.
Yes.
Okay.
Indoor
the
air
air
qualities. Yes.
And we have several options for that. And I know we're running out of time. And home comfort is too important to leave to assumptions.
That's true.
Period.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So that's where a home solutions advisor, I know we're called different things around the country, comfort solution advisors, home solution advisors. That's where we come in. We find the solution that works for you and your home, and it's going to be different than your neighbors and the person down the road. This is specifically built for you and your family.
That's right. Every home is different.
Yeah.
Every home is different.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you watching this. I'm Dwight with Quality Service Company, a home solution advisor.
That's right. I'm Gene with Quality Service Company.
All right.
Have a good day.